Alright, so this video is going to show you how to calculate the initial amount of IV fluid resuscitation needed in the first 24 hours regarding a client with partial thickness burns. We'll be using the Parkland Formula protocol and the rule of nines to help with the calculation. Okay, let's jump right into it. PSA, this is a disclaimer. I use a Game of Thrones character as an example in this video, so if you have not caught up to the current season of Game of Thrones, please skip to about 103 to avoid spoilers. So let's say you're the Night King and Dany just tried to roast you with her dragon. You're a goddamn beast and you survived, but suffered some burns to the anterior surface of your right leg and anterior and posterior torso. I know if we're being accurate, you would not have any burns, but for the sake of this video, let's just say you have some, okay? That being said, let's take a gander at the Parkland Formula. Basically, the two key things you need to know about your client is their weight in kilograms and total body surface area affected by the burns, because the formula goes as follows. 4 mils multiplied by body weight multiplied by the total surface body area will give you the total volume of fluid resuscitation needed in the first 24 hours. Now, I currently don't know why it is 4 mils, but I assume it is well calculated in concluding that 4 mils brings us to an accurate amount of volume needed for adequate resuscitation. The Parkland formula also depicts how much fluid should be given in the first 8 hours and in the remaining 16 hours of a full 24 hours. But I'll touch on that later. The fluid of choice for burns is lactated ringers, as its low molecular weight can improve the flow of microcirculation by reducing red blood cell aggregation, along with its additives including calcium, potassium, lactate, sodium, and chloride, all electrolytes lost through injury. Now let's take a look at the rule of nines. To approximate the percentage of burn surface area, the body has been divided into 11 sections. The head, right and left arms, chest, abdomen, upper and lower back, right and left thigh, right and left leg. Each of these sections takes about 9% of the body's skin to cover it, so add it all together and it accounts for about 99%. The genitals account for the last 1% of the body's surface area. Insert lame joke here. So because our client the Night King has burns on his anterior right leg, anterior and posterior torso, we can utilize the rule of nines to get an approximate total body surface area percentage. Using this template, we can see that the anterior right leg is about 9%, his anterior torso is about 18% since it includes his abdomen and chest, and his posterior torso is about 18% as well, as it includes his lower and upper back. Add them all up and we have about 45% of total body surface area. Now, regarding his weight, let's just say he is a hefty 198 pounds. After all, he is an icy guy. To convert pounds into kilograms, simply divide by 2.2, in which 198 divided by 2 will give you 90 kilograms. Now that we have all the components for our Parkland formula, simply multiply 4 times 90 times 45. This gives us a volume of 16,200 milliliters needed for adequate fluid resuscitation in the first 24 hours. As I mentioned earlier, the Parkland formula also depicts on how much is needed within the first 8 hours and the remaining amount within the other 16 hours of a 24-hour cycle. 50% is needed to be given within the first 8 hours, therefore 8,100 mils is needed within 8 hours, and the other 8,100 mils is needed in the remaining 16 hours. Of course, the rates will be different as the duration is different in each circumstance. To be specific, initially the rate will be about 1,013 mils an hour for the first 8 hours. It's 8,100 divided by 8 gives us that rate. And the other remaining 16 hours, the rate will be 506 mils an hour, following the same method of rate calculation. I hope this video helps in some way. Maybe it makes it easier to comprehend total body surface area calculations. Thanks for watching as always. Please subscribe and I'll be releasing more videos shortly. Toodles. Peace.